Brandon is a leader at Taylor Prep. If we could say this is a model Taylor Prep student, to me he is a full package student. So he has the drive to learn more. He has model behavior. But for Brandon, again, EBLI was something new. He wanted something to challenge him, and EBLI did that. You know, for some students, they think, well, EBLI is only for low-level readers. Absolutely not. Like, EBLI is for everyone. Another part of his success, though, was wanting to give to other students. So now that he's seen this process work for him, he wants to take EBLI and show other students the impact it can have in their lives. And that's a part of his personality as a leader in the school, but it's also a part of finding something that works.
My name is Brandon Charlton, and I'm 14 years old. I heard about EBLI from my teachers, Mrs. Sharp and Miss Roberts. Miss Sharp was very, very enthusiastic about it. Her first words about it was like, when I teach EBLI, I'm gonna do a backflip because of how awesome it is. After going through the unit of EBLI at the school, I had like a really deep, zealous passion for it. And I realized like how helpful and useful it is in everyday life. Because some things we learn, it's kind of, we can't use it all. And this is something that like I used even like in my lifetime because I read a lot. So I use that to, when I read, or if I'm like spelling something out, I'll EBLIize it is what I call it. Because I've always struggled with not reading and spelling, but the comprehension part of that. And EBLI has also helped me with comprehending the text that I'm reading. And the students, if you could look at the statistics, they're increasing by like 400, 500% in reading and spelling, and that's very unique in a school. I'm going to use it to not only teach my sister, because she does have a little, she struggles a little bit, but also to teach other people in the area that I live in, because a lot of people nowadays not only struggle with math, but really the reading and the comprehension. EBLI in school, it's very, very, it makes you more like excited about reading, because you know when you come to school and it's reading, that hour for reading, it's like, oh man, I don't want to read this. But EBLI makes it more like a more fun environment, and it makes it where kids actually want to learn more about reading and spelling. And some kids, you know, those are those kids who think they're too cool for school and don't want to learn about EBLI, but then at the end of the unit, they're like excited and they're ready and they want to learn more about EBLI, and then they have to wait till next year to learn about EBLI. And I love that fire and that passion that EBLI gives to students. Yeah,
so you're born for it.
I was born for it, yeah, you could say that.
Yes, we are allowing Brandon to participate in EBLI training, excused from school for 3 days. He volunteered to be a part of EBLI training. Again, one thing at Taylor Prep, we want to expose our students to as many opportunities as possible. And where their heart takes them, we want to support them. So his heart is taking him to help other students and to learn more about EBLI, and we're going to support that passion as much as we possibly can. We want to push him to learn more and to grow as a student, and whatever he can bring back to our student body population, and maybe this can, you know, become a routine where we send a student every year or whatever case it happens, we want to give him the opportunity to do so. So Brandon will be gone for 3 days, excused to participate in EBLI training with Nora.
Yeah.
So are we trying to figure out?
You're going to teach, I'm your student, and I come up to you and I say, Brandon, what's this word?
So,
But those are the letters I hear. Just more than anything.
I would say break it up. I don't know why.
You're right.
Just wait till Thursday.
Teaching right Okay, so now teachers, because there are only 2 things to remember, this is not too much of a memory load, so we don't have to leave the skeleton, all right?
it was fun and a little mind tiring. My head was kind of hurting after.
Why?
It was just because like the way that I used to think, like I went through all the phonics and all that crazy stuff, though, like switching from that to EBLI is kind of hard, especially on the first day. There was a lot of conflict with like some of her ideas. Like people were like, wait a minute, I don't think that's right. I think what I'm saying is right, even though I'm wrong. All right, so we're gonna actually learn how to spell, or different ways to spell A, okay? So what we're gonna start with is putting 6 lines on our board. Ready? St is 2 sounds. What's the first sound in state? Or st? S.
A.
Good job. Say as you write it. S-O-A. See? Yep. So let's dot and dash this.
A.
So let's write the spelling for A at the top. Well, since I've come back from EBLI training, people have been more annoyed with me just from teaching a lot. Also, there have been a lot of people at my local church who've been wanting to learn EBLI, so I'm trying to figure out how am I going to schedule that out. So a lot of feedback from that and a lot of feedback from my teachers. When I got back from the training, the first person I ever taught was my mom. And that kind of went okay because she just didn't like it. She was like, well, she's more used to the phonics and all that because she was a teacher last year and she had been taught, throughout her entire life. So it's easier to teach little kids than it is to teach an adult.
Hi, I am Shanta. I'm Brandon's mother. Brandon came home very excited about EBLI when they first introduced it at the school, and was very excited when he found out he was able to do the training. I was actually the first person that he worked with outside of training. And just being an educator myself, it was a little bit of a challenge for me, but it makes sense. And I'm excited for Brandon to be able to use this to help other children in the neighborhood and in the schools that he went to as an opportunity for him to give back. And he's very passionate about it, so that makes me passionate about it. Any parent that I hear that has a child that's having trouble in reading, I often refer them to check out the website, and if they're interested, to give me and Brandon a call so that he's able to work with them as well.
And then after that, I taught my sister.
Well, Brandon, my older brother, sometimes he won't let me go wherever he goes. It's pretty fun having Brandon working with me because I feel much comfortable, with someone I know.
And that went really well, and I still owe her ice cream. And also, I taught my brother, and he liked it. And I tried to teach my father, and we're still working on that one. It's been easy to connect with the kids and actually say the words and make sure I'm doing the lessons correctly. But it's been hard to make sure I'm writing when I'm trying to write upside down, not writing a G instead of a P or a P instead of a G, and making sure that I'm correcting them. So making sure that I'm doing the hand system on the right hand, and make sure that I'm having them erase and say as they write, and just make sure I say the rules and all that. But my plan for this summer is to prepare to show another school, the school that I used to go to, Summit, about EBLI, and try to have them schedule something with you, because my sister came from the school that I went to, and she was really, really behind in her schoolwork. So I want to make sure that I'm taking care of my hometown and then go from there. So.
When I watch Brandon working with Kirsten, it brings a little bit of a joy to my heart to watch him progress as a student and help his sister progress as a student. With her reading challenges, he's been able to sit down with her one-on-one, which is something I think that she needs, and most children need one-on-one time in learning, and to help her grow as a student as well. It's a joy for a mother to watch them actually bond in a way that they're not arguing or fighting, that they're actually being loving to one another. I really enjoy watching that. I would challenge any parent to give their children the opportunity to learn EBLI, to step out is something different that we didn't grow up with, but just about everything that our kids are learning nowadays is that way. The way that we learned is not the same way that our children learn. So if the school has the opportunity to teach this new way of learning with EBLI, do it. It'll help your children out in the long run.
I'm really, really glad that I did this, and I'm very thankful that you provided for me.